It is summer, which means it's grilling season, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make your own ketchup and mustard. First, add half a cup of mustard seeds into a jar and cover them with apple cider vinegar, preferably raw organic apple cider vinegar. And you're going to allow those mustard seeds to soak in the vinegar. Shortly after you add that vinegar, they may soak it all up, so make sure to add a little bit more so that it stays covered. Seal that up and let that soak overnight. While that's soaking, I'm going to prepare my tomato paste to make my ketchup. To make tomato paste, you can simply just cook down some tomato sauce or strained tomatoes. I like to buy all of my canned goods like tomato products in glass instead of metal, so that means oftentimes the only option I have are strained tomatoes. But all you'll have to do is cook them down a bit on a pan until it's nice and thick. Make sure to cook it on a medium-low to low temperature so that the bottom doesn't burn, and stir frequently. After about 45 minutes to an hour, you will notice that your sauce is more like a paste. Now it's the next day, my mustard seeds have soaked, my tomato paste is prepared, and I'm ready to make my mustard and ketchup. When you open the jar of your soaked mustard seeds, notice how different it smells now that it is soaked. The vinegar has allowed the mustard seeds to release a strong mustard flavor that's delicious. I'm adding a teaspoon of salt and some turmeric, and then I'm just blending it with an immersion blender. Keep blending until it is a consistency you like. I prefer mine to have a little bit of texture, but you could even try a Vitamix if you want yours extra smooth. I'm simply just keeping it in the same jar, sealing it up, and putting it in the refrigerator to cool. And now for the ketchup. I'm adding half a cup of tomato paste to a pot. This can be homemade tomato paste or just tomato paste from the store. To that small pot, I'm adding half a cup of filtered water, then a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a tablespoon of maple syrup, and you could use other kinds of sweeteners if you prefer, but I really like the flavor of maple syrup in mine. And now is the fun part where we add the spices, which you can tweak a little bit to your liking. I like to add just a pinch of allspice and clove powder. I'm adding a half a teaspoon each of garlic and onion powder, which I will link above a video on how to make that yourself. And I'm also adding half a teaspoon of salt. What I think is really fun about making your own ketchup is that you can tweak the spices a little bit to your liking. I also added just a little bit of paprika, and you could add more or less of that clove and allspice powder. You could omit it altogether. It's all up to you. Now I'm going to heat all the ingredients up on medium. I'm going to whisk frequently, and once everything begins to bubble, you will set a timer for about 5 minutes, and you'll notice that it will thicken and begin to resemble ketchup. Now I'm putting it into a jar, and definitely let this cool before enjoying. I noticed that once it cooled, something changed in the flavor of it and it tasted much better. Just store these in the fridge until you're ready to enjoy. Today, I am enjoying my ketchup and mustard with some cheeseburgers. Lately, our grill has been going almost every day. Hamburgers are such a simple meal that is filling and nutrient dense. I'm enjoying these burgers with some quick fridge pickles, which I'll link the blog post for the recipe down in the description box below. I'm just slicing those up. I love the flavor of pickled cucumbers or even jalapenos or banana peppers on a burger. I'm starting up the charcoal for the grill. Everyone knows that charcoal grilling will have an amazing flavor compared to just propane. My burger recipe is so simple. All you add is salt to the ground beef. Mix it up thoroughly, and after that, you're ready to form your patties. I like to make very thick patties so that my burgers will be nice and juicy. No one likes a small, dry burger. To ensure a healthy burger, make sure to purchase grass-fed and grass-finished beef. When you're making burgers that are very thick, you have to make sure not to overdo the outside before the inside is done. And now we're ready to enjoy our freshly made ketchup and mustard. When we make things ourselves, they're generally healthier and taste better. Plus, we can tweak the recipes a bit to change the flavor profiles that we prefer a bit more. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more natural, nourished, and traditional living content.